Not too long ago, I did a video on these hooks, these Cillian, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, hooks that I ordered through AliExpress. And it was a pretty decent set. I gave it a pretty favorable review. It comes in this little pouch, and you got this yellow hard cardboard thing that the hooks are presented in, and this is the gold set. And I had said that I was inspired to try these by a video that Tony Lipsy had done on her channel, a review of a very similar kit that she'd also gotten from AliExpress, and they looked really good and they were a decent price, so I ordered a set to see how they performed. And I've been using these and I've been reasonably happy with them. I've been using them for most of my recent Tunisian crochet projects, and this kit is probably still available on AliExpress, but as you know, with our current climate of tariffs and other economical challenges, ordering from AliExpress isn't what it used to be, right? So they removed the de minimis exception, which means anything under $800 used to be exempt from certain rules, and those rules have been eliminated. So buying something like this, which at the time I bought it, I think I paid 70-ish, 70, maybe $75 for this, all in. And that was a decent price because I've bought Tunisian sets. I have my plastic Denise to go set that I spent $100 on, and I have a wooden set from Knitter's Pride that I spent probably 80 or 90 bucks on, and those hooks are great for what they are. But this I thought was a really nice kit for all in one, and then it comes with a little case, and you've got the cables and the little cleaning cloth, and you got everything you needed in this set. I thought it was pretty good, and I recommended it. But again, with AliExpress not really being the best option, I came across what looked to be a very similar set on Amazon in a pink case. This one actually comes in two different variations. There is one that comes in the same brown type case you just saw, but then there's this one that comes in pink. And I already had brown, so I thought, well, why not order this pink one and see if it is very similar to the one that I got from AliExpress, because it looks pretty much the same. The difference really is in this case, and I'm not sure if I'm really going to be able to. You can see that there's some texture to this, so it's designed to look kind of leather-like. I don't know if you can see that if the light is helping, but it's got this texture. It feels a little bit nicer than the other one, which is really a lot smoother. There's a hint of texture to this one, but it's really just very smooth. And this one, you can see them together. They're just very, very different, but the size and the shape of the cases are about the same. You've got this pink zipper on the end, the silver pull, and you got the same kind of concept, except everything's in pink. And you got the hooks presented the same kind of way. You'll notice that these are silver, like the one that Tony Lipsy originally showed. Hers were silver. I got the gold ones because at the time I ordered them from AliExpress, the set that she had linked to wasn't available. And so I got the gold set thinking it should be the same, and it was pretty much the same. Just again, a difference in branding. These are not branded. I don't know if you noticed on the gold hooks. Got one pulled out here. I don't know if you can see that. It's probably going to be impossible to see without some, even with lighting, I'm not sure you can see that, but it says on it that brand name, that SILIAN, and then the size. This one's a 6mm. And so that's really a difference here, because if you look at this 6mm, it doesn't have the same labeling on it. It just says 6mm. Now, the way these are kind of on here, I don't know if you can hear that. When I scrape it with my fingernail, you can feel it. So it's I think on top, kind of almost like a sticker or maybe an embossing. Maybe it's lasered in there somehow. I haven't had any problem so far with the gold hooks with it coming off, but I do worry that over time it might, you know, fade or come off with time, but it looks like it's on there pretty good. But these are basically the same. These are both 6 millimeters. So if we compare them, they are about the same length. This flattened part where the labeling is, get them together, is about the same size. This labeling section. The biggest difference is here at the end. I don't know how well that's going to show up, but they are ever so slightly different at the end, but they're pretty similar. It's hard to hold them in the exact same spot, but they're very similar. It's just really a color and a branding difference. They use the same types of cords and cables. I've got the 6.5 here because I've been using it, and I've got one of the cables on it, and you can see that it's purple. Now, I'm not sure how much I've talked about it, but purple is like my favorite color. And you would think that it would be pink because everything else is pink, but it's purple, and I'm not mad at it being purple at all. The cable on the gold set, let me pull one up here. This is the 6.5 from the gold set. The cables are very similar. And I've looked at these and I've compared them. I think that the gold cable is thicker, ever so slightly thicker. I don't know if that's going to show up. And because it's thicker, it's ever so slightly stiffer, but they're both pretty flexible. But the purple one does feel a little bit more supple than the gold one, which is just a little bit stiffer. Now, they use the same types of cords and cables. And I know it looks like I don't have this one screwed in here very well. It's screwed in as far as this one would go. I've had problems with this particular cord. I've used a number of the different gold cords. This particular length, I think it's the 40. I've had problems with it, and you see I've got an off-brand stopper on it. This is actually a stopper from another kit because I had problems with the stopper coming off. And when you're doing Tunisian, especially when you're doing yarn over stitches or yarn under stitches, if you lose the stitches at the end, it's a thing. It's just a whole thing. It's like, okay, well, I'm doing that row all over again because I'm not going to get those stitches back the way they need to be. So I found that using this stopper worked better for me than the stopper from the kit that came with the gold set. I just had problems with this cable, but this is the cable length that I've been using a lot lately, so I did that. But I haven't had any problems with this stopper from the pink kit coming off. It seems to have been on there pretty good. Now you see, I don't know if you can see that there's some play. I'm sliding it up and down, but that hasn't been a problem for me. And again, this hasn't come loose for me. It hasn't come loose there, and it hasn't come loose here. Now, to be fair, on the gold set, it wasn't come, even though it looks like it's loose, it's not. It has not come off on me. I haven't had any problems with this particular connection. It's just been the connection here on the end. So they are extremely similar. They can use each other's pieces, and some of the pieces from, at least for the end hooks, I've been able to use some of the pieces from other kits that I have. But other than that, they're extraordinarily similar. Now, in terms of what you get, they are packaged ever so slightly differently. With the other kit, I had separate baggies for each of the cords. I can show you. So I've got baggie for the 40. Okay, that wasn't a 40 then. So I've got a baggie, or unless I've mislabeled them. 40. I think it's 40, 60, 80, 100. I've got the separate bags for each of those. Each of those came 60. I guess this is 60. Each of them came bagged separately, which I like because you always know which one's which. It's very easy to see. And as long as you put them back in the right bag, you'll always know without having to measure them what they are. You can see with this pink kit, they just all came in one baggie, which is a a little disappointing, but I guess it is more ecologically advantageous, I'll say. But they're all here in one baggie, and you get the same basic type of stoppers as you do with the Cillian kit. You've got the colorful stoppers, and you've got the tools for attaching, and you've got the extenders if you want to extend them. And you've got this piece, and at the time when I had the Cillian kit, I didn't know what this was for, but there is it looks almost like a bookmark, but it comes in this kit, and it shows you that they're using this little rubber thing to kind of attach, to give you grip. What a concept, right? But that's designed to give you a little bit better grip, so when you're attaching the cords and the cables, your fingers aren't slipping around. You can kind of tie them in a little bit better. And then of course, to make sure that they're completely tight, you use the keys to tighten them in completely. I thought that was helpful because, again, I know I've seen at least one other video where no one knew what this thing was for. So thank you. Who are they? Guclud? 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 Thank you for including this so we know what the heck this thing is for, because that was an eye-opener for me. So they're very similar in terms of what's in the kit. There really isn't any difference. It's just things are packaged a little bit different, and obviously these are silver, and this whole kit is pink. I do think because this is a little bit more nicely presented, that this set makes, possibly a better looking gift if you're looking to gift someone with a set of hooks. This pink set, assuming that they're not offended by pink, some people don't like pink, but color aside, I think it's just presented, that the case is color matched. You didn't get that with the other one? The piece inside is yellow for whatever reason, and then the outside is brown, and then this inside is green. It's just not as nicely presented, where this one, you've got more of a beige inside. It's just a nicer presentation. So I like this. I've been using this. I've been using this particular hook and this particular cable and this stopper for the project that I've been working on. And it's been going pretty fine. I complained a little bit about the Cillian, that the tips were kind of sharp. These are also kind of sharp. I feel like they're maybe ever so slightly less sharp. Like I complained a lot about this 6, especially the 6mm is especially sharp. You still can injure someone with this. But it's metal and it's got a fairly pointy tip. So what are you going to do? So if you don't like the feel of hard, pointy metal tips, then maybe this, go with a wood set or go with a plastic set. But one of the advantages of metal is supposed to be that it works better with synthetic, so you don't have that plastic on plastic feel. And if it's a little bit more sturdy and feels nicer, to hold sometimes than even wood, even a nice polished wood. I don't have any problems with wood. I haven't had any issues with plastic, but it is really nice to use metal. These are weighted well. They don't feel heavy, but they feel substantial. Like they're not going to break. I couldn't snap these in half. I don't know if they're hollow inside. I suspect that they are because you've got this tubing on the end, but they do feel pretty good to use. Now, I will say that if you're working with snag-tastic yarn, like I've been working with an alpaca wool blend, and it is snaggerific. And so this tip can be an asset or it could be a pain in the butt depending on what you're trying to do and how you use it. But in general, I really like this. I love these purple cables. I've paired it up with the purple stopper just to be consistent. I really do like the packaging of this a lot. If you liked, the idea of the previous set, or if you like the set that Tony Lipsy had on her channel from AliExpress and you were trying to figure out, I can't get that now, what am I going to do? Well, you can get this set from Amazon, and it's half the price. It was about $47, I believe, for the pink set, and they also have that beige one for a couple dollars cheaper if you want to save a couple bucks or you just don't want the pink. They have the brown set as well, and again, it comes with all the same accessories, the cords, the stoppers, the keys, the little rubber grippy thing, and then this nice package. And again, I think this could be really nice for gifting. So I wanted to share it all with you. So if you'd seen that set and you were sad because you didn't jump on it when the AliExpress situation was much better than it is today, you can still get a really nice Tunisian crochet set. So that's what I got on this one. It's got no branding. It's just generic, just a generic nice Tunisian crochet set that I think, you know, if you're looking for a good set, especially an inexpensive set, good starter set, good giftable set, I think this could be the way to go. What do you think? That's what I got. Thanks for watching.